Hey everyone. First of all, before I get into this, I want to say congratulations to Nicole Dubach for becoming the new executive producer on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Apparently, from what I've been reading, from what a lot of people have been saying, she has a good track record. She has worked on numerous shows that a lot of us know and love. And it sounds like she's going to bring all that experience to the table when it comes to friendship is magic. Um, I'm I'm kind of happy to hear that, at least as some people put it, the show is going to be in good hands. One person even commented saying that she's kind of like the Lauren Faust house of one show. I think they said she was the Lauren Faust the Transformer Prime and Rescue Bots show or something like that. I think mostly Transformers Prime. So she knows, how to deliver the goods when need be. Um, but yeah, her resume, from what people have said, comes from doing shows like Kim Possible, Star Wars Rebels, Transformers Prime, Transformers Rescue Bots, and the list just goes on. So so if she's bringing all that experience, if not more so, to the table for Friendship is Magic as the executive producer, then yeah, I believe the show will be in good hands. I think the only thing that might worry people is part of her resume is Rescue Bots, and that's kind of more of a show targeted towards little kids. Well, Prime is like towards that older, like like Prime Transformers Prime was more for like the older kids or older generation. So we'll have to see what happens. Have to see what happens there. I understand that anybody that works on a show targeted at younger kids, it will not bring that mentality, towards into a show that's aimed for all ages, all genders, if you will. Like I said, all ages, all genders. You get it. Hopefully, Nicole understands that. I believe she does, and yeah, just can't wait to see what she brings to the table. I mean, of course, she's got to answer to Megan because Megan kind of has an idea of what fans want to see. So hopefully, we'll get something good out of this, and I think we will, according to a lot of fans. Like I said, she has a tremendous resume. I mean, working on Kim Possible, in my opinion, is a good, definitely a good show to put on your resume. And Star Wars, anything related to Star Wars, Rebels, whatever you want to call it, I think is a good choice to put on your resume as well. And anything Transformers related, especially Prime. I mean, I didn't watch much Transformers Prime, but I did watch Beast Hunters, and if she was involved in that, all I could say is yes, Nicole. We welcome you as fans to the Friendship is Magic household, if you know what I mean. But yeah, she's apparently got a good record. A lot of people are happy about this, and let's see what she does as far as season 8 goes. I'm hoping maybe with season 8 and her being the executive producer, we might get more focus on the main six. No, wait, not main six, main seven. I'll get into that in a moment. Because, like I said, what I'm about to say has a bit of spoilers in it. So, yeah. Uh, but yeah, Nicole, as anybody else says, I'm taking my time here. Welcome, and let's see what you can do. But now, let's talk about some spoilers, and this is just a bit of spoilers, because apparently, like I said in one audio video, the MLP leaks just keep coming, as far as DHX Media and Hasbro are concerned. Basically, this past weekend, the rest of season 7, as I mentioned, was leaked. So all the episodes that have yet to be aired have somewhat been seen, if not uploaded. So everybody pretty much has seen the episode already, but probably will still experience it on television, on Discovery Family, on Teletoon, wherever you watch MLP when it comes out this weekend. Or it comes out in a few weeks, I should say. But that's why that's why I say this kind of got spoilers, because one of the things that's discussed in this episode is the elements of harmony. Yeah, that's right. The elements of harmony. Everybody wondered, would we ever see them again? Guess what? We are seeing the elements of harmony, but we do find out the origin of the elements of harmony. And again, this is a bit of spoilers. But the elements of harmony were actually created by the pillars, by the legendary heroes themselves. Now we know they've been playing up this whole legendary heroes story arc, especially here in the second half of the season. So we basically know that in a couple weeks, the two-part miniseries, season 7 finale miniseries, Shadows Play, is going to bring them. Is going to bring those pillars, those legends of old, those legends of the past, back to the forefront. Basically, it's going to bring them back into the picture. Now, I'm not going to say much about what happens, but apparently but like I said, I'm not going to say much about what's going to happen, but apparently one of the things that does occur, like I said, is we do find out the origins of the elements of harmony, and we find out that the elements of harmony were actually, from what I understand, maybe someone can correct me, but were actually created by the pillars, the heroes, the legends, if you will, themselves, as pieces of themselves, parts of themselves. Basically, the elements of laughter, of kindness, honesty, loyalty, generosity, and magic. The origin basically is, as I said, comes from the fact that that these elements were actually created from parts of the pillars themselves. The pillars, the heroes of legend, basically had, I guess, infused or put a piece of themselves into these elements and planted them into the ground, I guess, or something. Which, from what I understand, they're proud to at least know got passed on to 6 worthy ponies, which of course is the main 6. But what I'm getting at is we do find out the origin of these elements, and we find out that the real name for the elements are not the ones I just mentioned. Now, they did say it's called something else. Like I said, they called it something else, but basically the element's real name in here is kind of a contrast, as if not similar to maybe what the elements are called now, but basically the elements are called okay, let's take a look at the main 6 in the elements. Pinky got laughter or joy, right? The element actually is hope. The element that originated from, I think it's from that Egyptian pony, or Pegaside, the Egyptian Pegaside, originated as hope. That's what Pinky's element is. Pinky's element of laughter, joy, is actually the element of hope. The element of hope is what turned into Pinky's element of laughter and joy. Applejack's element of honesty, Applejack's element of honesty is actually the element of strength. That one pony that's kind of like a Hercules-like pony, the one with the beard, that is he's the one that created the element that became the element of harmony. It is actually the element of strength, which is kind of I guess coincides with the fact that he was a strong pony, kind of like a Samson, Hercules-like pony, and it kind of coincides, I guess, with Applejack because Applejack is a strong pony herself. Basically, her family is known to just kick a tree and out come the apples with no problem. So that's kind of interesting. That's kind of a unique take there. Then then you have Rarity's element, which is the element of generosity, originated from, I think that one pony's name, Misty Mane, I think her name is. Misty Mane. Misty's element that became Rarity's element of generosity, was originally known as the element of beauty. And that kind of coincides with Rarity, if you know what I mean. Rarity's became generosity from the element of generosity, which is Rarity's, originated from the element of beauty, which kind of makes sense when it comes to Rarity, I guess. And I guess the message there is the true beauty is generosity. So I guess that coincides there. Then you have Rainbow Dashes, which is the element of loyalty. We find out that the character that originally had that element, the element originally held by its original owner, or taken, created from a piece of its original owner. Rainbow Dash's element of loyalty was actually originally the element of bravery. So that kind of coincides with Rainbow Dash a little bit, for the fact that she's always acting brave and tough and willing to protect her friends. And that kind of coincides with loyalty. Being brave but being loyal. So kind of works out. Then you have Fluttershy, whose element is kindness. But Meadowbrooks, I think that's the pony that she got. But Meadowbrook, the one that was mentioned in the last episode that Fluttershy was in. Meadowbrook's original element was the element of healing. So I guess in a sense it coincides with Fluttershy because the element of healing that was Meadowbrook's evolved and became the element of kindness. Thus it kind of coincides with Fluttershy being kind and wanting to help others. And then you have the element of magic, which was Twilight's, and we find out that originated from Star Swirl, and Star Swirl's element was the element of sorcery. So it makes sense that that element would go to Twilight. So yeah, and that kind of coincides there. She's the element of she got the element of magic to learn about the magic of friendship, and thus become the Princess of Friendship. And that originated from the element of sorcery held by her idol, Star Swirl. Her idol, Celestia and Luna's teacher and mentor, Star Swirl. He's the one that originally had the element of magic when it was known as the element of sorcery. So yeah, that's basically the origin of the elements of harmony, that they were actually under different names. Again, you had the element of laughter, joy, which is Pinky's. That originally was the element of hope. You have Applejack's, which is the element of honesty. That was originally the element of strength. You have Rainbow Dash's element of loyalty. That was originally the element of bravery. Rarity's element of generosity was the element of beauty. Fluttershy's element of kindness was the element of healing. And Twilight's element of magic was actually originally the element of sorcery. So I guess in a way that kind of makes some sense as to, you know, why the elements were chosen, why the main six were chosen to take these elements. They just didn't represent what the main six were truly about, in a way, but also represented what they originally were about in the past. So in other words, Pinky is the element in today's modern pony, in the modern day of Ponyville. Pinky is the equivalent of hope. Dash is the equivalent of bravery. Applejack is the equivalent of strength. Rarity, obviously, is the equivalent of beauty. Twilight, of course, is the equivalent of sorcery. And Fluttershy, of course, is the equivalent of healing. They're just under different names that have similar traits. So yeah, that's basically the origin. That's basically the origin of the Elements of Harmony. Again, this is a bit of spoilers, but obviously with the episode have been leaked already and some people have already seen it, I don't think it's much of spoilers, but again, just letting you guys know so that you will be, so that, you know, at least, you know, you'll kind of have an idea when you tune in, if you haven't seen the episode already, when you tune in the next couple weeks to see the two-part finale, at least you'll have an idea of exactly maybe where these elements came from and what the original names for them were. Again, I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm sure the show's going to explore more about that later on. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. But yeah, that's basically the origin of the Elements of Harmony. And I will talk to y'all later.